Darth Maul was the original sequel trilogy villain, reveals George Lucas. George Lucas has revealed that Darth Maul would have been one of the main villains of his Star Wars sequel trilogy had his continuation of the story ever made it to the big screen. This comes from IGN, by the way. As Screen Rant reports from a page from the Star Wars Archives 1999 to 2005 book that hit shelves earlier this week, the excerpt reveals that Darth Maul would have returned as the big bad of the galaxy far, far away alongside with Darth Talon. Darth Maul trained a girl, Darth Talon, who was in the comic books as his apprentice. Lucas explains the latest Star Wars Archives volume. She was the new Darth Vader, and the most of the action was with her. So these were the two main villains of the trilogy. Maul eventually becomes the godfather of crime in the universe because the Empire falls, so he takes over. His trilogy would have started a few years after the Return of the Jedi, with Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker trying to rebuild the Jedi Order from scratch and training a future generation of heroes. The three films would have concluded with the late Carrie Fisher's Princess Leia Organa as being revealed as the Chosen One. By the end of the trilogy, Luke would have built much of the Jedi, and we would have a renewal of the New Republic with Leia Senator Organa becoming the Supreme Chancellor in charge of everything. So she ended up being the Chosen One, Lucas said, sharing more details about his abandoned plans for the Star Wars sequel trilogy. Lucas also had fewer than 50 scripts for Star Wars Underworld, a series set between episodes 3 and 4 that would have been explored the criminal underbelly of the galaxy during the reign of the Empire. Stormtroopers would have overtaken some planets in the post-Return of the Jedi galaxy. Luke Skywalker was trying to restart the Jedi Order. Luke would have rebuilt the Jedi Order and renewed the New Republic. George also said that the prequel trilogy was about the father. The original trilogy was about the son, and the sequel trilogy would have been about the daughter. Lucas claims that Darth Talon would have held the same position as Darth Vader in the sequels. Lucas also said the Rebel Alliance trying to rebuild after the fall of the Empire, he described it as harder than starting a rebellion or fighting a war. Okay, I kind of get it. Leia's rebuilding, and during this rebuild, the Empire's fallen, so Maul comes into the picture. He has a Sith apprentice, Darth Talon, and she's the new Darth Vader, and he's kind of like the Emperor on the Sith side of things. Meantime, Leia's rebuilding, Luke is rebuilding the Jedis, and then there's no mention of her or Han. There's no mention of them having a child. Kind of find that odd. I guess Luke doesn't have any kids. I would think that they would have kids, like in the books, but I guess they don't. I don't know what happens to Han. They don't mention him. They just mention Leia, Luke, Maul, and Talon. And why is Leia the Chosen One? I don't grasp. I don't understand that. What does she do to be a chosen one? Really, like, all right, she leads the rebellion. She becomes the new chancellor. But chosen one? Like, that's Anakin. He fulfills the prophecy. That doesn't make any sense to me. But seeing Luke train the Jedis, okay, that's cool. The new Jedi, and you know, it makes sense that they'd rise and the Stormtroopers would still be fighting because they didn't, they didn't want the war to end. They would rise again. They would go, because they have a home world, the Empire. I think in the Outer Rim. I think that's where it is, and they would, just rise again. I mean, I could see that happening. I don't know. Let me know what you think about all this. Would you be happy to see Maul and Talon to take on, I don't know, Luke and Leia, I guess. It doesn't really say that Leia or Luke even fight them. It doesn't mention about kids. There's so many questions here. I don't know. I don't know what I really think of it. I mean, it would have promise, but I don't think that Chosen One thing, I think that should get out of there. But, you know, he said it makes sense that the first three are about Anakin, the father, second three about Luke, and these are more about Leia. And that would make sense in that sort of way. Her political figure, you know, getting the rebellion and government back into the system, which is hard to build up. It's easy to take it down, but harder to build it up. I understand all that. I don't know. I'm mixed. It would have promise, but I don't like the Chosen One factor. And what about the kids and them having kids? And it would have been more interesting, I think. But you let me know what you think of all this in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join the Entertainment Star Wars family. And I'll see you next time with more Star Wars videos coming out for you. Be well and be safe. Take care.